Alright, we are back. Y'all didn't hear me open that bag, did you? I hope not.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Bernardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Alright, what do I need to do? Shit. Find armature, find the cord, the console. With the scientist. Eesh. I think there's still one I can do on the armature route, but I think I'll just try to like play this out. I think. How many stones I got? I don't think I've done that many that are about finding the stone. Find a gem. Gem, Zenobia. Gem, core. Wait, weak scientist. Yeah, so I think the play here is go Gem, Zenobia, and listen to her, I guess. Yeah. I'm still coming through all right?
It was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time, Bernardo was sure he could master it. And so, Bernardo went ostrich hunting. Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
I don't want to hear shit, good sir. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. You watched me play this before. What do you mean, what is this? It was like a year ago,
What was he doing
but
here?
you watched me play this.
The last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul. guys ever learn to swing dance?
Oh, well, too late.
Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late. Once, Renato had been to a dungeon where all the chests were locked. It was awful.
Zero, one time still counts. You've seen me play this game before. Somewhere deep in your soul, you remember this game. Besides, the game doesn't look bad or anything. It's a pretty normal looking game, I'd say.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
But yeah, whenever I install Apex, you will literally be the first one to know.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. I can make you mighty. Who said that? It was the stone eager, thirsty. Kill the Emperor's daughter. Now you, Emperor. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the Transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "What's the core?" said the stone anxiously. But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it. The gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Renato had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Croaked Calaveras.
I can make one.
Calaveras set up various shiny things. And soon Renato was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Renato was looking at himself. Except with a mustache, and a goatee and darker hair. There were two Iblis stones. One light, and one dark. Renato took the light one. He felt a rush of great power. Now I could defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it without hurting someone. That wouldn't be nice. "Give me that," said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Renato nor powerful, nice Renato was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
What the fuck? Let's start all the way over now.
Every child could sing
Yes, I do.
verses about the Skyripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in the buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Your monitor is dying, or you just want to upgrade?
The Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
All I'm gonna say is, man, like, don't go overboard. Like, a lot of people do. Like you don't need the you don't need like the fucking like 4K shit. Oh yeah, like definitely just get an upgrade. Like I didn't get mine on sale, but back when I ordered my monitor, it only cost me like $300. It's still working out. That's something I realized like pretty soon. Like
Okay.
Like I'm good with like 1080p, 60 frames per second. Like,
just me.
I don't need all this newfangled thing in the video. Trying to set up for the PS5. The PS5 ain't got no fucking games, Zero. Don't you hit me with that? Don't you tell me you're playing Final Fantasy 16.
It was all coming back to him. He wondered what he'd remember next.
But when I get it, it'll be cool, yeah. New Lies of P? What's that?
There had to be
I have never heard of that game.
Use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it?
Does it have
People
bad
are
bitches?
so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
Game is going to look immaculate. What kind of game is it? Look it up. I'll look it up after the stream, man. Okay, niggle me this, Batman. Will you at least tell me what kind of game it is? Like, this is one of your visual novels type
Obviously,
shit?
the temple builders
Action
knew how to deal
adventure,
with Tomb Raiders.
Soulsborne, okay. Everything wanna be a Soulsborne now. The Elder Ring got people horny. I mean, it's a good game, but still. Also, Zero, look, I'm low key mad you called it a Telltale game.
Cannon trap. Who kept these things loaded anyway? It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. No. It was the stone, eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "It's the core," said the stone anxiously. But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Okay, so the clever plan gets me fucking killed. We're going to the girl.
To a talking rock. Ah, but the rock had a point. If the stone could truly turn him into a powerful warrior, he could defeat the Emperor with the very weapon the wicked old Toad had sought for himself. To be a hero, you had to sacrifice old friends sometimes, especially when they'd become enemies.
But how's them fighting hers going, Zero, or you haven't been on that much this week?
As he placed the impossibly black crystal in his gauntlet, Bernardo had a sudden vision. Charred fields covered in dead ravens below a black sun.
Was it the time of the lost gods, before the transcendent emperor? Was it the future? Feed these souls, it whispered. Take the power. He could feel the stone's hunger for souls. Its thirst
play
for
last
blood.
night?
All right, I get it.
Oh, excuse me.
This was going to be interesting.
Were you playing? Were you playing with old dude that be in your stream? Or you just like hopped in the lobby and just fought whoever? I'm gonna be honest, man, like, aside from that new Garo game that's gonna be coming soon, like, I don't really care about, like, new fighting games right now. Like all the shit I want to play is getting rolled back. Like, I really don't, they're really doing themselves a disservice now. Like, I'm not gonna buy that shit. I'm just gonna get that new Fatal Fury Garo or whatever, and let that be that. Everything else I want to play is getting rolled back. Sam Show's getting rolled back. I still know who they sacrificed to get that to happen. Extra's getting rolled back. Plus R has rolled back. DNF has rolled back. There's a bunch of RPGs.
They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls.
Yeah, like I was trying to tell somebody that, man. Like there's honestly too many fighting games because, well, like too many different franchises because there's so many choices. It can be kind of hard for like an actually new game to get that big player base because like there's just so many games now. There's so many games you can actually play now. Like that's why you see everybody on everything now. Like, oh, I see it, let's play this game because there's all these fucking games now. This doesn't go anywhere. But also on that same point, I was talking to somebody else about this like a long ass time ago. There's not a lot of like there's a lot of fighting games now, but there's not a lot of like brand new fighting game IPs. Cause like if somebody makes a fighting game now, it's gotta be based on something that can make you money. Because the last truly like brand new fighting game was Under Night, and that game came out in like 2011. Every other fighting game is based off like something that could have made them money. Melty Blood is based off that visual novel. DNF is based off DFO, and like that's really popular with like Asian people. Power Rangers. Okay, actually I'm capping. Them's Fighting Herds, actually, because that's not. It's not actually My Little Pony. I just call it the My Little Pony game. But like that's a brand new game actually, so I'm capping actually. But that's still not like. Technically, that game's old now. I think it came out. When did that game come out, actually? I feel like it's been at least 5 years. I've had Them's Fighting Herds in the back of my brain for like a while, for like some years now. It's not a brand new fighting game.
Zenobia was waiting.
I just don't know when it came out.
She was alone, confident as always. Fire danced.
But like Under Night Skullgirls, like back in like the early
surrender?
2010s.
She
and I guess
seemed
them
as
Fighting Herds now.
cocksure as he felt. But she didn't know he
Yeah,
had
it came
the
out on
stone.
PC first.
And I've missed you too, love.
I'm gonna just
chuckled.
Google that.
She spotted the
Them's Fighting
stone.
Herds. First thing that came up.
Bolted without another word.
2018, so yeah, I am capping. So like that is technically a new IP. 2018, yeah, that lines up. Cause I got in the fighting games like summer 2017, basically. Yeah, summer 2017 when I started like playing fighting games like more often. So yeah, my point still mostly stands. There's not a lot of brand new fighting game IPs. And like it's not like them Fighting Herds is like a multi-million-dollar title or anything. It's a good game. It's definitely made them enough money to justify like making DLC and shit. but it's not, you know, like it's not the next Street Fighter. You been in for a long time. I know, like all y'all been that longer than me. Like my buddy is scared in the chat. He was playing Melee for a while before I met him. Like I got into fighting games in 2017, but like I was mashing like Tekken and shit in high school. But like, you know, that kind of doesn't count because everybody does that shit. You know. Like I remember playing like Marvel 3 on like my brother's friend's system because we didn't have like the PS3 yet, so we were playing on his buddy's system. Back when I didn't know who the fuck Rocket Raccoon was. Little bastard.
Finally, Renato caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before. At school, she'd been the determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her, whispered the stone. You cannot win your rebellion without it. Please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once. Could he really feed her soul to his demonic gem? But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be?
You remember Vanilla Street Fighter 4?
Renato hesitated.
I remember getting Ultra Street Fighter 4 from GameStop.
She was the Emperor's daughter.
Like again, like this is back when like
and the single person Renato least
I wasn't into fighting games, so like I opened training mode. I picked Chun-Li.
She was holding her arms
and like
out before
I didn't know what the fuck the charge symbols meant, so I kept trying to do an Ultra.
Urgency. Nope. She was weaving a spell. He couldn't move. This thing is evil, she said.
She slid the Iblistone out of its slot in his gauntlet and slipped it into a bag. Maybe we can learn from it.
She eyed him with a strange, wry, apologetic look. I missed you too. And before he could move again, she was gone. Learn from the Iblistone? What did that mean? Would she take it to the palace or to the observatory on the Nexus? If she thought it was evil, she wouldn't want it in the palace.
And, after all, it was evil, wasn't it?
Maybe I can outrace her to the observatory, thought Renato. Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. Renato felt a little sick. Ever since Zenobia had taken the stone from him, he'd felt an ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back.
Sometimes I wish I got into fighting games earlier. But then I remember like I would have been broke anyway.
She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14
when I got into fighting games, the scene around here by the time I got into fighting games, the scene around here died.
Woman. Renato kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
It's like what one of my buddies did. He just went to Louisiana for locals. Oh yeah, Zell, you know what's fucked up? I learned that so like a lot of things, like the Mississippi FGC has like a Facebook group, right? And I never realized why like some people call them the Meckians. And then I heard somebody say like, oh, we call, like somebody from Louisiana say, oh, we call the Mississippi dudes Namekians because they can't defend their home planet. I was like, God damn it. Ah, shit. Like when I heard that, I couldn't say shit. I just had to shake my head like, God damn it. You ever have that like that collective like obviously I wasn't playing, I'm not saying the shit, but like that collective feeling of like embarrassment or shame. Like I was like, damn, bro. Oh, that's what's up. Like I don't know what it is, man. Fighting game friends hit different, man. Like I don't know, like there's just something about spending hours beating each other's asses in the video game that just lets you bond with people. Cause like Rex, like obviously me and Rex haven't talked like that in a while, but like it's still pretty cool to like, I met this dude and we've been friends for years at this point. I'm pretty sure that was like the best time for a lot of scenes. People way more active back then. Yeah, I was finna go to like Marvel 3 was just a good time for a lot of people. Good game, good people, all that good stuff. And I know it's kind of weird to hear that from me since like I'm a good bit younger than you. But like I don't feel like we're gonna get like that feeling again. You miss those days? I never had those fucking days.
Zenobia thought the stone
I wish everybody had them anyway.
Was it? Well, yes, but he still longed to have it back. He'd felt so good killing ravens with it, and yet
honestly, I just want to like
unclean ever since he'd touched it.
Get past this period in my life, so I can like go back to like going to majors and shit, because like.
And then she'd abandoned him. Never telling him.
Like the tournament part, I don't care about, but like being around a bunch of people that like what I like is always fun.
Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
Like the tournament is whatever. The people and like all the dumbass shit I can do while I'm at a tournament is godlike. Like making top 8 at a tournament would be nice, but like. Honestly, I just want to like get a bucket of Popeyes and sit down with a bunch of people in the room and play like fucking Exit or something. I will sacrifice like every Guilty Gear Strive player in existence for that. I'll sacrifice every Guilty Gear Strive player, the Smash community. But it's not all bad, like mainly being like an online guy. Like you can still have fun online, it's just like I have fun online, no matter what. It's just, I know, like, in person is way better. There's something special about that. Plus, it's a good time to take pictures, because I am not a dude that takes a lot of pictures.
And reflections. Mine, said Reynardo as he took back the stone. We need it for science, croaked the toads. So he killed them. He felt better immediately. Smarter, too. I thought you'd never come for me.
whispered the stone. Then, a far-speaker toad croaked in something like Zenobia's voice.
Reynardo, leave the stone with the toads. It will swallow your soul. You'll kill everyone you love.
That did seem vaguely familiar. But Reynardo had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
I know you can fight this thing.
Zenobia continued in the far-speaker's croak.
You let me live. You know how evil it is. It will destroy you, Reynardo. It will destroy everything you love.
He had tried to convince himself that this time, he would control the Iblis stone. But he could feel his will becoming brittle. She was right. He would get rid of it. Right? Now. Or now. He didn't really want to. I know. I'll go to the mountains, Reynardo thought. I'll find the strength to do it in the peace and quiet there. As the Farfarer landed at the foot of the mountains, Reynardo was surprised to find Lapino there. What are you doing here?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I was stowed away on an Imperial courier ship, dressed up as a combat nurse carrying a general's beak transplant.
This is not a great time, said Reynardo, who was pretty sure he did not, in fact, believe Lapino's story.
That's when you need your friends,
said Lapino. I just need some peace and quiet, said Reynardo, and grimly set out on the path.
I wish I could kill him. Like, this is sort of kind of spoilers if you're watching, but like the game, like after you unlock it the first time, the game will always mention like, yeah, Lapino's kind of a traitor.
Hey, you guys interested in real estate? Because you're about to buy the farm.
I love dumbass lines like that, man.
Reynardo told his friend how he had slaughtered the toads and how he had nearly slain Zenobia.
a terrible burden, this Iblis stone,
sympathized the rabbit. Yeah, but I need it for the rebellion.
Do you now? You know, you were a pretty fine fighter before you were wielding a demonic decoration.
Oddly, the sword wasn't whispering at him to kill Lapino. Up ahead in the mountain, there was a peaceful spot. If he could rid himself of his burden anywhere, it was there. Alright. But like, yeah, I was just thinking like
playing online is fun, really fun for me. But like I know, like offline is where it's at. It's just it be how it be. Yeah, like offline is better than online. It's just I'm not like as against it because I started out playing online. But I know like a lot of people I know like a lot of people the spark just isn't there unless it's offline. Also, for me, just playing online is way cheaper, man. That's probably what kind of will hurt some like smaller scenes, some like smaller tournaments, because like especially when you know you're not making top 8 or anything, like it's understandable to be like I could waste $300 or like however much money and go to this tournament. Or I could just stay in my house and play ranked or some shit. But don't get me wrong. Like if I could go to Frosty in January or Combo Breaker, I fucking would.
Could get it. And it would destroy
I absolutely would.
Zenobia and Lupino.
Especially because it's Frosty. Like that's the Guilty Gear tournament, man. I can go max and plus R and exit. Man, you wanna know how much fun Frosty was, man? I went in like early 2020 before the Fire Nation attacked. Like it was fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. I was playing this fucking Potemkin players. I was still having fun.
So much for peace and quiet. There was Lupino. Again.
You're stronger than some dumb rock, Lupino said. Let's just bury it, and no one will ever find it again.
Bernardo could feel the spirit energy of all those dead ravens inside him, pecking away. The rabbit was right. Even if the rabbit was a traitor, he was still right. He tore the Iblis stone from his gauntlet.
What happened?
And threw it into the hole Lupino had dug. The stone was silent. Probably sulking.
Now whoop those Imperials, said Lupino.
Are you coming?
No, I can't come with you. It's my old injury, you know. Recently, it's been acting up terrible. I'd be no use to you at all.
So Reynardo boarded the Farfarer alone. Reynardo felt lonely on board the Farfarer. How could his old friend Lupino, miraculously escaped from the Empire, leave him to face the final battle alone? Well, he'd abandoned Lupino before, hadn't he? It was only fair. And of course he felt lonely. He'd given up the Iblis stone and all the souls he fed it. Of course he felt alone. But he had done the right thing. It had been hard to do, but there was no better feeling than that. Zenobia would be so proud of him.
"8 minutes to get through security."
The battle, alas, was not going well. He no longer had the stone, and he'd never gotten the core. Lupino wasn't with him, and he was up against Zenobia, out there somewhere, maneuvering the Emperor's forces. The rebels had been outnumbered from the start, and he still had that aching longing for the stone. But that is what it means to be a hero. He would fight his way to Zenobia. He would show her what he was capable of. Just him, with no diabolic accoutrements.
Ah,
He would win, no matter the odds. Yes, that was it. Pirouette, slash, parry, dodge. Renato had never done such good work in a fight. He wished the poets were allowed to sing of his exploits for his old age. Maybe he wouldn't have to kill Zenobia. Maybe he could defeat her and take her prisoner. Then he could turn the tide against the Emperor. If she wasn't crowned princess, once this was all over, she'd have more time for him, right?
Where do the ravens go? The live ones, I mean.
hey man, Zero, like, I think you're closer to Louisiana than me. But whenever Slam comes back, you should definitely pull up to there, man. Like, it's regional Louisiana, so like, it's that like.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor.
Like, you confused about what I'm
Funny,
saying, or
this
like
whole war had come about because the
you just
Emperor
didn't hear me?
feared death, and now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
it doesn't matter. The point is, if Slam ever comes back, you should definitely pull up there. So it's just it's a good regional. It's a regional in Louisiana. Cause like they were gonna do it, I think last year, but like, you know, not last year. They were gonna do it this year, but you know, like that hurricane came through. Yeah, like that's mostly the same with me, honestly. Cause like the year I went, I had to ride with a buddy. Had to give him like hella gas money.
By some miracle, Renato fought his way to the Emperor's ship. He was exhausted, bleeding, but he'd found the strength to reject the stone. Zenobia came out of the ship. "Renato!" she shouted, and then she fell down and died. Lapino was behind her, wielding a sword that seemed to suck all the light out of the sun. "You idiot! You threw the stone away!" cried Lapino. "You said it was evil. It hates."
Yeah, like I wish public transportation was better around here, man. Like that was all a lot of problems for me.
Renato turned and ran, but no matter where he ran, Lapino jumped in front of him until Renato was cornered. That boy could hop. "You wouldn't do this to an old friend, would you?" cried Renato. "You mean this?" said Lapino, as he slid the sword into Renato's guts. "Damn it!
It's a fucked up game.
Again?"
But yeah, man, like public transportation is God. Like people be
again?
sleeping on public transportation, but it can
Already
like
had all
do
the
so
secrets
much
he needed.
and make people's
He was
lives so
sure
much
of that.
easier when it's good.
He must have not used them the right way. What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
Especially since like cars so fucking expensive, man. Like that was always my thing. with cars. Cars are so fucking expensive, but you need them. And like, if it gets fucked up by no fault of your own, because like, you know, like Zara, you've lived in Mississippi for a while now. We do have some whack ass drivers. We do have some whack ass drivers here in the state of Mississippi. So like, it's really fucked up to me that that I would have to spend so much on this car. I'm doing the stuff I'm supposed to do, and then, you know, the niggas crash, and then I'm down like a couple thousand fixing the shit.
The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again, faster than before.
Yeah, white drivers are everywhere.
And he fell.
Sometimes there's just levels to it. You know what I mean?
It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renata knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert.
Hey Zero, I got a random ass question. Don't judge me.
It was a
I got a random ass question. It just popped in my brain.
Into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course. Renata
How desperate do you think the first dude who ate ass
Lapino
was?
had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Like, what do you think compelled him to do it? Hey man, stupid shit flies through my head.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there
I said,
except ostriches
how
and
desperate
ostrich
do you
hunters.
think the first
The
man who ate
Ignis
ass was?
It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time,
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls.
were all these things the...
Hey man, I'm so serious, man. Like, how
was he
desperate do you
doing
think he
here?
was?
Last time, the
What
stone
gave him the
fought
idea?
for possession of his own soul.
Like, there's a lot of just dumbass questions that go through my head like this, man. Like, did she offer?
Hey, I hear black is the new dead.
Hey man, eating ass is not an accident. It's like premeditated murder, man. He thought about that shit. I'm just wondering what made him think about it.
Ravens were already here, cawing in front. It was... Hey, wanna hook up?
Oh, your coworkers hearing it? Tell them I said what's up. I hope they have a happy Friday. Also, if you got a white coworker, tell him I want $5. Tell him to cash at me like $5. She said hello. Oh, my bad for misgendering her. Hope she have a blessed day and all that.
Renata felt ready to take on new powers.
She says she's broke. Damn. Join the club, sister. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
Some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renata was pretty sure
She ain't
he
the
was
uptight type?
cleverer
Okay.
than most people.
Like a blonde, but not a blonde. I've never had good experiences with blonde women. I can't lie to you, man. Like the last, you know the last blonde woman I interacted with, like so I was.
The Ravens
We drove
at least
down
could
for my
not
brother's
get
wedding,
past
right?
this point. Obviously, the
So,
temple
like,
builders knew how to deal
His
with
wedding
Tomb Raiders.
was like 3 hours away. So obviously I gotta stay in the hotel. And this lady, she purposely tried to like upcharge us. So like she tried to upcharge us because even though it didn't say anything like that, like when they booked the hotel, just because like for context, like my brother is like a year older than me, but me and the other best man, we're in our like early 20s. So like she sees how young we are, and she thinks like she can like, you know, pull a fast one and say like, hey, you gotta pay 200 cash before you can get in the room.
It was a stone of the purest blackness.
Also,
It
whack shit
reflected
like
no
that.
light, like a void made
So like she
solid.
sees us and she thinks she can get more money
Nervous.
out of us
He picked it
collectively.
up. It
She
was the
deaf ass
stone.
kind of like, okay.
Eager.
Hey man,
thirsty.
long as she's nice, as long as she's the homie, that don't really matter. Long as she cool people.
That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest
As long as she
general
cool
and
people,
a potent witch.
and she don't
But
listen
they
to
had
Kodak
been
Black.
close once.
Nothing's
And
wrong.
he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him.
Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core, said the stone anxiously.
But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Why was he listening to a talking
So like
rock?
what? Like she just
Ah,
help
but
you
the
get a
rock had
ride
a
back,
point.
get a ride back to the crib, or
If the stone could truly turn him into a powerful warrior,
it's like
he
y'all
could
somewhere
defeat
like
the
getting
Emperor
food.
with the very weapon.
If you're getting food, get some gas station chicken in my honor. I gotta spread the word of gas station chicken, man. People don't believe me when I say it's good.
Possibly black crystal in his gauntlet. Renato had a sudden
They think
vision.
I be saying bullshit.
Charred
And to be honest,
fields covered in
if I was
dead
talking about
ravens below a
anything
black
else,
sun.
Was it
They
the
would be
time of
right,
the
but I don't
lost
play about
gods
gas
before
station
the
chicken.
transcendent Emperor?
Honky music.
Was it the future?
So you said like, okay, like what levels? Like
It
we
whispered.
talking like pop music, or we're like full on like
He could feel
Home
the
by the
stone's
prairie.
hunger for souls, its thirst for blood. All right, I get it. This was going to be interesting.
like that. There's levels to being Caucasians. There, I learned that. Damn.
Renato had opened a chest, and a Jack-in-the-Box jumped out. Jack-in-the-Boxes, they gave him the Wiggins.
Ah, damn. You know, I used to not mind country music, but then I met a lot of annoying people that liked it.
They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls. And with each death, he felt stronger. Take the power. The stone told him.
Okay, man, if we're being honest, you don't know that. You don't know that. If we're being completely honest here, you don't know that.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
Well, like, you're right about the suburban part, but like, not the other half of that.
Gogglers. Renato hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would. Zenobia was waiting for Renato. Everybody who wants to die, raise your weapon. All right.
Finally, Renato caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before. At school, she'd been the determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her, please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once. Could he really feed her soul to his demonic gem? But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be?
So yeah, I think I'm supposed to spare her. Yeah, yeah, because if I remember correctly, there's still a choice after this. So I'm gonna go spare her.
Hesitated.
I'll spare her and then pick the other option. Yeah, there's like one more after this.
Sick. Ever since Zenobia had taken the stone from him, he'd felt an ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back. He needed it back. Why
I want my
hadn't he killed her
drugs
when he had
back,
the chance? She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14 years. Why had he hesitated? You're a sucker for an empowered woman. Renato kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
Hey Sarah, when you off again? I'm trying to clap you up with the beat troopers again, bro.
Zenobia thought the stone was evil. Was it?
Well, yes, but he still longed to have it back.
He'd felt so good killing ravens with it, and yet he'd felt unclean ever since he'd touched it. She confused him. She'd made him want to be a better fox, and then she'd abandoned him, never telling him she was the Emperor's daughter, never contacting him since. Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
were black.
I love the fucking time stop. Never gonna get sick of that shit. Never in my life.
The scientist's toes were pointing arcane instruments at the stone and looking at it through prisms and reflections.
Mine, said Reynardo. Then, a far speaker toad croaked in something like Zenobia's voice.
Reynardo, leave the stone with the toads. It will swallow your soul. You'll kill everyone you love.
That did seem vaguely familiar. But Reynardo had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
Whispered the stone. It was right. Wasn't Zenobia the Emperor's greatest general? Wasn't Reynardo fighting for the rebellion? Of course you wouldn't want him to have it. Wouldn't you make a better Emperor than Isaac the Third? Added the stone.
You know what? I would, thought Reynardo. Or maybe he said it out loud.
He would go see the council and lead their armies to victory. All he had to do was call them on the far speaker. Ah, damn. Well, wouldn't they be surprised anyway? Ah, the ruins. Reynardo had come there as a kid when it was still the fabulous city of Ubar. Before the Emperor's ravens had come to pillage ancient books from its library and destroyed it. Now the rebel council lay hidden underneath the ruins. And between here and there, all these ravens to kill. They deserved what they'd done to the city. And the faster he could kill them, the more of a rush they gave him.
Like, it's pretty light, but I do enjoy like the lore of this game. Like a neat little detail, well, not a little detail, but something that happens early on, well, not early on, the very beginning of the game. Like, the kid that dies is like the son of this woman that Reynardo was really feeling. And I usually like when the game like references her, because it's always something like he was really fond of her.
He tried to be nice to Zenobia, not killing her and all. What did she do? She stole the gem from him, and made him kill all those scientists. Make it how she'd see.
Whispered the stone. Ravens? Reynardo knew how the stone felt. Each raven he killed gave him a little jolt of pleasure. But he could only kill them so fast, and the pleasure wore off too quickly. Hopefully soon he would face a more powerful adversary. Yes, whispered the stone. The more power your enemy has, the more power I give you. I will make you emperor. But not with a bunch of mangy ravens.
Boy, if looks could kill. The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. He was on fire. So far, so good.
As he reached the secret entrance, he was shocked to see Zenobia talking with the council. She bore a white flag. The council has betrayed you, whispered the stone. Kill them. What are you doing here, love? Bernardo demanded. Come for the bran muffins?
She's worried about you,
Croaked the council speaker.
we all are.
You're not yourself, Zenobia said. Before they could get into the rest of the intervention, he leapt at her. Unfortunately, the council speaker blocked him, so he slew her and the other council members. I'm not giving up, cried Zenobia as she darted off into the ruins. I think I just killed the entire rebel council, said Renato.
See how much power they've given you.
But they were on my side, weren't they?
No one is on your side, except for me.
He set sail for the fleet. There, at least, there would be enemies to kill. Unless that was the Iblastone talking. He could never be sure. Anyway, who needed other rebels here? They'd only get in the way. A true hero fights alone after he's got all his friends killed. Renato had a feeling that was the back door to something. But what? The world was so beautiful. Everything was glowing, breathing, alive. Except, okay, the ravens he'd killed. But the wind was alive, like a million fingers caressing his hair. He'd never felt so powerful. Never felt so sexy. Somewhere down the path of the Emperor, Renato would slay him, the most powerful man in Erda. And the Iblastone would give Renato all that power. He would be emperor. Then he would set everyone free.
Okay, moment of truth. Geronimo.
At last, he was face to face with Zenobia. She was still unarmed. No fire crackled from her claws.
Excellent. Kill her,
Whispered the stone. He raised his sword for the killing blow. Is this what you really want? She asked. Or is it what the stone wants?
think of the power.
Insisted the stone. I don't want to kill you, he told Zenobia, his arm still raised. I know. But he could not put the sword down. It wants blood, he told her. I know. Oh, help me, he said. She stabbed herself. Take my blood, she said.
No, you mustn't.
Cried the Iblis stone. Oh no! Why did you... He ran to embrace her, and she plunged her bloody dagger into his heart. Why? He said. We'll be together in the halls of the Valiant, she said. I love you, he said. Thank you. And the Iblis stone screamed, and then it began to glow. It burst into flames. It burned like an ember. And then it was ash that blew away in the wind. And Zenobia and Renato died in each other's arms.
Oh, again?
But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that. He must have not used them the right way. What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 more left. Then I can comfortably go for the true ending. I mean, I can go for it now, but like, I want to finish it off with the true ending. But yeah, I streamed Melty Blood for the better part of an hour, and I've streamed this for almost an hour and 20 minutes now. Feeling kind of good about it. So yeah, I'ma call it here. If you were in the chat and you said anything, or if you're just lurking, appreciate you stopping by. Hope you had a nice Thursday. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. I will catch you all whenever I catch you, honestly. Y'all be safe.